We're going to get into the latest Ravens news and rumors here in just a second. Before we do that, folks, let's update you guys on the sub tracker here across the AFC North, our three main channels. The Ravens are third out of three. That's not very good. We offer you guys free Ravens videos, and we're not even at 2,000 subscribers. I want to catch our Browns channel and then our Steelers channel by the end of the year. So if you want free videos, and helping us get there means even more for you guys, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. You're watching Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. I am your host, Tom Downey. Let's hit the latest rumors, including one that I did not think we were really going to be talking about. Could the Ravens trade away a running back? ESPN reported on Monday before the Ravens game because of, dropping news before a game always makes sense. A report is that the opposing teams have called the Ravens about potentially trading for a running back. Now, the Ravens have been decimated by injuries this year at the position. We've been over this a lot in no particular order. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, Justice Hill, all out for the season. And in part because of all those injuries, the ground game has not been great this year. In fact, it's kind of been we'll find out during the game what the snap count and the usage ends up looking like. So in Week 5, Latavius Murray had 36 of the team's snaps at the position. Devonta Freeman had 20. Tyson Williams, meanwhile, has been the most productive pure runner on the Ravens, had 14. Lev Bell, a practice squad player, at least for now, had 0 in the game. Across the season, it's still pretty muddy, right? Tyson Williams leads the team in rushing yards on fewer carries than Latavius Murray. We'll get more in depth on Tyson here momentarily. Devonta Freeman has not run the ball very much. Latavius Murray has been the number one running back, quote unquote, for this team from a volume and a touchdown perspective, and also a snap count perspective. Lev Bell right now has not done that much for the Ravens in terms of production on the ground. Murray is the number one runner based on the snap counts. You saw Tyson Williams being active one week. He didn't play much this past week for the Ravens. Devonta Freeman was over him. That's a surprise because Williams has been rather productive when given the chance to run the football. 27 carries, 164 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, my suspicion here is that the teams that called the Ravens about a trade, were they looking at Devonta Freeman? No. Latavius Murray? Probably not. I think they were calling about Tyson Williams because that's a young player who's cheap and has run the ball well. I don't think the Ravens trust him very much in pass protection in particular. That would explain why the snap count was so low. So I think if the Ravens do trade away a back, I think Tyson Williams ends up being the most appealing option in the end. But what do you guys think? Would you trade away a running back? Get your votes in for me. Y for yes, you would move one right now, or type in N for no, you would not. Get your votes in. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down, and let me know. Let's talk up Lamar Jackson now. Speaking of running backs, you guys remember when people called him a running back or a receiver? Yeah, stop the slander out there. Lamar is absolutely carrying the Ravens right now. He has put this team, this offense on his back and has been willing them to wins. I know that the negative connotations about Lamar, playoffs, fourth quarter comebacks, blah, blah. He's done that this year. He's proven he can lead these fourth quarter comebacks with his passing, by the way. I am of the belief that even if he's not the favorite, which is fair, Lamar Jackson should be in the MVP conversation right now. Now, our friends over at BetUS have updated their NFL MVP odds. Josh Allen's plus 450. He is the betting favorite right now, which, I kind of get it. A bit surprised by it, frankly. I thought he was better last year. Dak Prescott plus 550. Kyler Murray, Tom Brady, pretty good value there, plus 600. Justin Herbert is plus 750. And I know it's tough for players to win multiple MVPs. Lamar's at plus 850. That's actually pretty good value for a player who is the only superstar on that offense, the one who's doing everything for them on the ground and especially through the air. He's ahead of guys like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Matt Stafford, and then a huge gap with Derrick Henry plus 4,000. So if you like the value on Lamar Jackson to win NFL MVP, which I kind of do, head over to BetUS, chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code you guys see on screen. That is chat125. When you put down $100, you will get an extra 125% deposit bonus. So it's an extra 125 in your account, guys. You can put 25, 10, 5, whatever on it on Lamar Jackson, even if he doesn't win NFL MVP, which, again, I'm not sure he does. We should be in the conversation. All of a sudden, you still got tons of leftover money. You want to bet on sports, bet on the Ravens, do it with BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is chat125. More conversation now here on Lamar Jackson. The running has still been good, even though the overall ground game has not been. He's on pace for still a very good season on the ground, 56 carries. The average down a bit, 6.1. It's the passing, especially the last few games, that have done so well for Lamar. I remember when the report was, opposing coordinators are asking the Lions how they stopped the Ravens' offense. I'll tell you how. They got lucky that Marquise Brown couldn't catch the football in that game. They've done a decent job putting hands to stopping the Ravens on the ground, better than normal, but Lamar's aired it out successfully several weeks in a row. Lamar can pass. I saw the takes on Twitter in the first quarter of that Ravens game against the Colts. Oh, Lamar's not a good thrower. And then, you watch the second half, and it's like, okay, yeah, he's a good thrower of the ball after all. Go figure, right? Stop hating on Lamar. He is a very clear-cut franchise quarterback. So what do you guys think? Back to this whole MVP conversation. What is the percent chance that Lamar wins NFL MVP? I'd say it's probably still on the lower end, maybe somewhere in that 10% chance, 5% chance. That's how those percentages really work out since, we're not even to week 6 yet. But I want to hear from you guys. Get your votes in the comments. Let's go to some news now, and it just keeps coming for the Ravens. Ben Cleveland, the latest player to go on IR for the Baltimore Ravens. He is now the 16th Raven at some point preseason or now to go on IR. What a massive figure. The good news is for Cleveland, it doesn't appear that this is a season-ending injury, but the Ravens continue to be thin on the offensive line. At least Villanueva's healthy, but Ronnie Stanley, I have no idea when he comes back. Maybe we'll get an update later on in the week. Stick around for that. We will have some injury notes on a future video for you guys. Tyree Phillips is on IR. Juwan James can't help you. This team is really thin on the offensive line because of all those injuries. So I'm of the mindset the Ravens should probably look around and try to find via free agency or maybe even via a trade another offensive lineman. Get some depth there because that team kind of needs it as far as I'm concerned. Now, I'm of course playing some armchair GM when I say yes, they should. And I want you guys to play it too because it's fun. It's what fans do. Get your votes in. Do the Ravens need to add another offensive lineman? A for yes or B for no. Maybe speaking of adding things here momentarily, Darqueze Dennard worked out for the Ravens on Tuesday. An interesting move by Baltimore. They also worked out fellow free agent, and yes, this is spelled correctly, Alexander Myers. I know it's weird spelling. Now, the Ravens have been hit hard by injuries at the corner position. That's been the case for pretty much everything this season. Dennard, by the way, was injured earlier this year, was released from IR by the Cardinals in early September. I don't love Dennard. He has played some nickel in his time in the NFL, some outside corner as well. In 8 games last year, as a member of the Falcons after spending much of his career as a first-round pick by the Cincinnati Bengals. So, yes, the Ravens know him pretty well. 8 games, okay completion percentage, not great on the yards. 3 touchdowns allowed, not great pass breakup, interception numbers. This strikes me more of a, let's bring him in for a workout, in case there are more injuries to this Ravens team with Jimmy Smith missing time earlier this year and Anthony Averett not playing great. And if Tavon Young goes down, there really isn't a great nickel corner. They're very thin at that position overall. So my suspicion is the Ravens are looking at Dennard and Myers, too. Don't forget about him, as a potential, backup option. Maybe even a practice squad addition, and then a promotion if needed for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, folks, again, if you want more free Ravens videos, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. We'll have a preview and injury report coming up later this week.